Hello, everybody, and welcome to our very first episode of the Grammar Police, but actually teaching you grammar in a video form for once. Today, we're going to talk about prepositions of time and prepositions of place. So, strap yourselves in because we're going to have a crazy ride. In particular, we're going to talk about three prepositions: at, in, and on. Are you ready? Then let's go. In this class, we will review some prepositions of place and prepositions of time, specifically these three special words at, in, and on. We're also going to discover the different use cases of these three prepositions in their own context, and also we're going to practice some examples. So if you're feeling a bit doubtful, don't worry, we're going to do a little bit of a test together. So let's start with prepositions of place. Now, I have divided these three prepositions into some different rules, so we're actually going to go in a slightly different order. First of all, we're going to start with in. Now, I like to think that in often refers to inside something. So, whenever you use the word in, it's because you're talking about going inside. So, you might be in the supermarket, you might be in a shop, or you might be in the cinema. Normally, in is used to refer to smaller places, but it can, like I just said, be used for bigger ones as well. It is also used to talk about small parts of houses. So, for example, you can be in the bathroom, in the bedroom, or in the kitchen. Something that I have put here as well is receiving the services of the place. So imagine that you call somebody and they say, "I'm in the cinema." That sounds like they are watching a movie instead of just hanging around waiting for their friend, for example. So, for example, you can also imagine that if somebody says they are in hospital, perhaps they are a patient, whereas somebody who is in prison may be a criminal. But if you say that you are at the hospital, it could be for visiting or because you work there, or if you're at prison, you're visiting for some reason. Okay? We also use in to talk about natural areas, in the forest, in the desert. In the desert? Or in the desert? I'm just kidding. It's in the desert. In the desert, in the forest, in the sea. When you're going in a pool or you're swimming, bodies of water, we often use in as well. In the ocean. Um, what's another example of a natural area? In a garden, in a park. Okay, we use in for all of these examples. Now, because we've kind of talked a little bit about at, let's talk about at again too. So, at is used for bigger places, supermarkets, cinemas, larger areas, banks. Like we said before, you can also use in, but maybe if you're just waiting in the area, you would be more likely to use at. At is also very good when you're talking about being near the entrance or the exit of a place. Maybe if I'm waiting for a friend, I'm not physically inside the shopping centre, but I might be waiting at the entrance. And also, like we said, it's a bit of a more general statement to say that you are at a place. Finally, on has a pretty nice rule. We often use on to talk about surfaces. So, for example, you can say that a painting is on the wall, or I dropped my phone on the floor, or it sounds like there are rats walking on the ceiling or on the roof of the house. When you're sitting down as well, you sit on a chair, on the sofa, okay? Some people say in a chair, but on sounds better. And there are some strange exceptions as well. People think that perhaps the expression is in the beach because we talked about natural places, but actually it's on. You live on a farm. And then finally, I have mentioned water again. It's interesting, when you're swimming, you swim in the water because you are inside it. However, if you have a house on the water, that means that the water is very close to your house. Let's talk about prepositions of time now. Now, it's interesting because At, in, and on are the most common prepositions for time, but lots of people get these mixed up. So I hope that we can clear up some confusion today. Let's start with on, because on is a difficult one. On is used to describe days of the week. We have classes that are live sessions in English on Wednesdays, right? For example, my birthday is on the 10th of June, would be a very specific way to use a specific date in the year. That's when we would use on as well. And we also use on to talk about special holiday days. Now, the key word here is days. On Christmas Day, on Good Friday, okay? They are specific days in the year, and that's why we use on. However, if we are talking about times, and that could be times of the day, like at 8 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, and for longer holiday days, like Christmas or Easter, we also use at instead of on. So, for example, there is a difference between saying something like at Good Friday, which is a day during Easter, and saying at Easter, which is an overall time. Some people also say in Easter, but at sounds a little bit better here. In fact, any expression with the word time in it, nighttime, lunchtime, break time, you can use at. I'll see you at lunchtime, or let's meet up at break time. Okay? And we also have another example, at night. Now this is interesting because in is used for in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. But guess what? In is also used for literally everything else. So if you are in doubt, it could be that the word in is the most likely preposition for a preposition of time. In June, in December, you can say my birthday is on the 20th, or you could say my birthday is in January. Okay? I was born in 1987. Decades as well, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 20th century, in the 18th century, in summer, in spring, in winter, and also for durations of time in terms of weeks. I'll see you in a few weeks. Let's do a little bit of practice. First of all, we have some prepositions of time. So I'm going to shut up for 20 seconds and you are going to answer these questions. Which preposition fits the best in each of these three sentences? Pause it if you need to. Let's go. So, number one, I'll see you the 19th. Well, we know that this is a specific day, so it should be on the 19th. Number two, I'm getting married June. June is a month, so it must be in. I'm getting married in June. And then finally, Christmas. Christmas, I eat Christmas pudding. Now, is it specifically Christmas Day or is it Christmas time? I think the best answer here is at Christmas. I eat Christmas pudding. However, we could also say on Christmas Day, I eat Christmas pudding. Let's do some more practice, shall we? These are prepositions of place. Pause the video now if you'd like to read the questions and answer them together. Let's go through the answers. So number one, I love living the forest. Well, the forest is a natural place, so we know that the answer must be in the forest. Number two, it is my dream to buy a house, the water. Well, we know that it can't be inside the water because that would not be a very good house. But when we say that something is near the water or very, very close or practically on top, then we would say on the water. It is my dream to buy a house on the water. Number three, I'll wait for you the entrance to the cinema. Now, we can say in the cinema, or we can say at when we're talking about an entrance, right? To be more specific and to say at for the entrance or the exit is the correct way. And that is all. Well done, everybody. I hope that you found this lesson interesting and useful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the comments below, and I will answer your doubts as soon as I can. If you want additional practice and support, why not consider supporting us and joining our school where we have plenty of free materials uploaded every single week to help you with your grammar, your exams, your schoolwork, or job related business English. If you'd like to join us, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a comment, leave us a like, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.